Hello there gamers, I'm Minus Inferno and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to take you straight in and explain my opinion on why I actually like Anthem. I know, I'm shocked too. Yes, that Anthem. The game of February 2019, developed by Bioware and published by EA. The game that was released so broken, EA just brushed it under the carpet at release and just pretty much ignored it. Now, a large patch titled Anthem 2.0 has been announced, but with no release date, and it's not likely that we'll see it this year during 2020. But despite its flaws, of which there are indeed many, Anthem has become a sort of guilty pleasure of mine. Yes, I know, I'm just as shocked. But I have found a lot of fun within this broken-ass game. But what is it that keeps me playing? Now, this isn't my attempt at converting anyone to the game or changing anybody's opinion, each to their own. I'm pretty sure most of you that bought the game at launch have washed your hands of it and sold or snapped that disc. But this is just my view, my opinion. But if you would hear me out, maybe I could get you to see in it what I see in it. Kind of, maybe. Of course, I would have preferred it if it had been a complete product, jam-packed with more content than EA has FIFA money. But, alas, that's not the case. I have, however, been finding enjoyment of what we have in the game now. There have, after all, been a few patches and fixes over the last year and a half. Still not up to where it needs to be, but there is good things in it. Which brings me now onto the point, why I like Anthem and why I think it's worth your time, or worth it if you can give it a go, but only if you can find it cheap, and I'm talking for like £10 or £15 in the sales. Don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with all the fine details of the game and the gameplay too much because, like I said, it's been out for a year and a half and it's been covered by many a YouTuber before me. After all, I am new. And you've probably already heard all the drama about it, to death. So this is just my simple explanation and opinions on the game and the basic gameplay elements. So here we go.
Did you jump in? Yes, I am.
So let's start with the flying. It's awesome to just be able to break into flight, hover, shoot, then back into flight again. And of course it does have a stupid overheating system that I personally think should have been removed. But overall, I do love me some Iron Man flying. I mean, it feels great. The controls are good, and it's a shame they didn't do more with it, like incorporate, more aerial enemies for you to shoot. But, hopefully if they do fix it, and I highly doubt there's going to be a sequel, but, yeah, they just should have done more with the flying. Combat is another highlight for me, as you can not only use a small but effective arsenal of weaponry comprised from assault rifles to scout rifles, shotguns and grenade launchers, but you can combine them with each of the 4 Javelin's special abilities, creating flashy combos and inflicting a hell of a lot of damage on the enemies.
It's working. I'm gonna locate me. Yes.
There is also a good mix of things to do in the game, contrary to belief. From ordinary main and legendary missions to side quests, strongholds and free roaming events. Plus in-game challenges for weapons and skills, daily, weekly and monthly challenges. But then I wouldn't advise you to go nuts with 12-hour long gaming binges. There is some form of content there, not enough to appease everybody, but it is there. But it's easily blitzed, leaving you with nothing to do but grind away for higher tier loot. But of course, grinding is a key gameplay loop of the looter-shooter genre. But unlike other looter-shooter games like Destiny 2 and The Division 2, Anthem does indeed lack in the loot part. There are some cool looking masterwork guns, but all the other loot, coloured from grey to green through to blue and purple, and yellow, are only different in stats and stats alone. No fancy weapon skins or alternate weapon styles, unfortunately. Shame. They could have done so much if they'd have capitalised on the loot part, making people feel like they've earned something special by doing all the work. I mean, of course you can feel that way, but it's just not the same as when you get a new weapon in Destiny 2 or The Division 2. I mean, you can get a hold of some cool looking skins for your Javelin, but you do have to, again, grind away to get the in-game currency, or, you know, buy it with real money, which I personally will not do in any game whatsoever. But where do you grind? Well, free roaming can be a fun place to grind. You join other gamers in taking on challenges of the open world, finding the hidden lore and collecting all kinds of crafting knickknacks. The strongholds, they act as the game's dungeons and can get quite challenging the further up the difficulty you go. And after throwing waves of enemies at you, you just gun down, which is always fun, and the odd objectives to complete or puzzles to indulge in, you get to fight that boss, baby! The legendary missions offer a high-risk, high-reward situation for redoing main story missions and side quests on a harder difficulty, so they're always worth doing. And finally, the season events, they contain some of the best looking Javelin cosmetics in the game, and you can get some of the best loot. They can also be quite fun, and it's a shame they just didn't do more with them. But then that's the moral of this story, isn't it? They just did not do enough for Anthem. So yeah, there you have it. That's what I do. I mean, I have been enjoying it. I mean, I play it a couple of times a week, I've even considered streaming it over on my Twitch channel, which I will put a link in the description box below. But yeah, that's Anthem as it is and has been. Is there hope for the future? I mean, a small ray of hope in the form of Anthem 2.0 if it's ever released. There is a great game at Anthem's core. I wish more people would see it, because there is a player base there and people do keep playing the game. So it's not quite dead yet. It's on life support, but it's not dead. It's just a shame that it got buried in its own failings and all the negative criticism, which I do not blame Bioware for. I think we all know who's to blame for that. EA. But yeah, I didn't buy the game until after a year, so I got it cheap, and that's the key word here, cheap. It's always on offer digitally on the PSN store or the Xbox Live store. Just give it a go if you can, or if you can find it physically cheap, just give it a bash. But that's what I think. What do you think? Please pop it in the comments down below. Do you enjoy it? Do you hate it? Why do you hate it? Why do you enjoy it? I'd love to read. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But anyway, thank you very much for watching one of my first videos. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I mean, I'm going to be upgrading my equipment each month and working on better ways to bring you gaming content. You can catch me over on Twitch every week. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays. And yeah, thank you very much. See ya.